What up, SNA Assassinators, the Super Ninja Austin, back here with another podcast video, and this is the football news on December 5th, 2024, where we're going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing news stories and transfers that you Assassinators need to know from the NFL. From the ESPN article. That's what I meant to say. What I'm even talking about right now. But yeah, we're gonna be speaking what's gonna go down with that. What's in the world of professional football. Starting things off with the Lions' wide receiver at Amon St. Brown, defined by work ethic, heart, in Detroit, when Lions coach Dan Campbell announced his 2024 team captains, he gave each player the opportunity to speak to the group. He listed off the names like linebacker Alex Enzalone, special teams standout Jalen Reeves, Maben, and defensive end Adrian Hutchinson, like quarterback. And it says right here in quarterback, Jared Goff, offensive tackle, Panay Sewell, and finally wide receiver, Admon St. Brown, standing in front of his Lions teammates St. Brown, a 2021 4-round pick, who has worked himself into one of the NFL's best receivers, shared his goal for the season, in 2024 Super Bowl championship odds, with the with it saying that the odds-on favorite is going to be Detroit Lions in number one, while number two goes to the Chiefs, and Buffalo Bills at number three, and the Philadelphia Eagles at number four. Whatever happens is going to happen throughout the year, but I want to be the hardest practicing team, like said St. Brown, and the best practicing team in the league, because at the end of the day, if you practice hard, the games are going to take care of itself. In the 4 years since being drafted, St. Brown's game has spoken loudly. In that span, he ranks third in receptions of 391, 91, seventh in receiving yards, 4,408, ninth in receiving touchdowns, 30, and is among the leaders in interceptions per a game, in 6.41, but his work ethic and intensity have earned him his place in Detroit and become the stuff of legend among teammates and coaches. In addition to demanding perfection on the practice field, he maintains a daily routine of catching 202 passes from the jugs machine, completing 200 sit-ups, and juggling catching of tennis ball 500 times, off the wall, to improve his hand eye, in coordination, his serious approach, comprehend competitiveness, and production on the field, have made him one of the franchise's foundation players, and one quarterback like Jared Goff liking this to to an all time great. Like the way and then and yeah, this is what the quarterback had to say on the matter. Like the way I compare him to Aaron, is just that when he steps on the grass, he's not messing around. Like Donald, a three-time defensive player of the year, was a teammate of Goff's for 5 seasons with the Los Angeles Rams. There's no funny business where out there to work, and Aaron was that same way. In the locker room, we have and we joke around, and Aaron was that way too. But there was a clear flip that switched when we get between the white lines, and I think I see that with him every day. Before the Lions were 11-1 ahead into third night, their Thursday night matchup against the Green Bay Packers at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Here are four more stories that shed light onto Lion Stars wide receiver. Well, okay, coming at number one is the mindset that has made Saint Brown one of the NFL's best wideouts. Was a display at the 2 day sound mind sound by a football camp in Detroit in 2014. World of St. Brown's attendance traveled fast among the nearly 1,000 athletes participating that summer. Then in eighth grader St. Brown had traveled from California along with older brothers in and to Miss and Oris or Orceris. It's very rare that you get a kid from California that'll fly all the way to Detroit just to camp with some kids. Camp founder Curtis Blackwell said so. Everybody was trying to figure out who he was. That was pretty dope. Once, one of the field, the youngest St. Brown brother, dominated. He was so good against the middle school competition that organizers quickly elevated him to the high school group, which included a current Lions wide receiver Donovan Peoples Jones, who was a year older, though he was competing against older and bigger players. His advanced knowledge of route running, and his catching ability wowed the camp and caught the attention of some of college football's top coaches, such as Ohio State's Urban Meyer Michigan's Brian Hoke, and Michigan State's Mark and D'Antonio. Excuse me for a moment. But anyways, who uh, who were in attendance? Like he even drew media attention from recruiting like writer Alan True, like of 24/7 Sports, like who rarely paid attention to middle schoolers. Like in he was probably the most elite receiver I'd I that young that young in young so that young in attendee yeah said Xavier Goldsmith like an attendee at the camp who now works as a player personnel analyst like at the University of Utah. He already like understood everything. He was ahead of his time, but it was during like one particular one-on-one drill against the 10th grader 10th grader that St. Brown displayed a material mentality like that would later see him like go from fourth round pick like to all pro like and a Lions team captain like in he did like a did a route like and it got him kind of chippy like and um what was that and Amon Ra like ran like to the kid like and was like boy I will will fudge unsweetened chocolate kiwi killing breaking up like breaking you. No, I mean I'm fudge unsweetened chocolate kiwi killing you like recalled St. Brown's like timeline like trainer Jeff Johnson like who was also was in attendance like yeah I it said I did like understand I thought like he would say I will like effing beat you up or I don't know but like the kid as an eighth grader Amon Ross St. Brown from the Detroit Lions and I can do think that this is their year and they're gonna win their Super Bowl like or what are your opinions on and what your yeah and do you think that he's gonna get some kind of an award for being one of the most best receivers in the NFL, if not the number one. And like, do you think they're gonna beat Green Bay tonight? And yeah, and again, do you think you have a chance to go into the Super Bowl? Well, judging by their record as of late on the NFC side of the pond, I think they will. Like, and yeah, for many of reasons, I think so. Yeah, but let's move on and let's talk about Jordan Love's defining moment as the Packers franchise quarterback. Now, from one NFC North team to another, as the play will be part of Jordan Love's yeah highlight reel forever, like a 53-yard bomb like the Green Bay Packers quarterback threw to Christian Watson on the first offensive play like of the last year's Thanksgiving Day game like on on the way like to an upset like of the Detroit Lions. It says right here the story behind that play might eventually fade away, but not for Mike Sanford. Yeah, it says Love's offensive coordinator, like and position coach, like during his final college season, like at Utah State in 2019, when Sanford read that the flower I texted love on the morning of the game, like to say he had changed his mind, like and like wanted to open with a safer play, like only like to have love convince his coach to stick with it, like Sanford like knew it was a big moment for the Packers, like first year, like starting quarterback. Like he stuck his neck out, like and Sanford said, and that told him Love had reached a critical point, like for any quarterback who hoped to become a star. He's never going to be like no we have to do that like yeah, but he'll be like no he'll be like he'll be you or we have to do that like but he'll be like no I like that like we should stick with him with it like I had those same interactions interactions with him like before games when we were like putting together the openers. From that point on, Lower knew like what he had like in love, like a quarterback who studied like the game like to the point like that if Love were going to push back like he would provide the sound reasoning to support his case. But here's him like from last season when they were in Detroit, but you can watch for yourself with Jordan Love.
With AJ Dillon in the backfield, but it's a fake. Love protected. Love going deep. Christian Watson, the intended receiver, and he's got it. A big play up top on the first play. And what a start for these Packers. Watson for 53.
And what are your thoughts onto that? Seeing yeah him like playing like that the last time they were in Detroit. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below. That looks very impressive. But anyways, if that wasn't the moment that told everyone Love could be one of the game's elite quarterbacks, it at least like served as a strong suggestion he might soon join uh, that freighter that fraternity freighter nity like and this is what Flair like had to say on the matter. Like I think he just like felt like confident like in the play, like in the floor. I mean, during the play, like whether I did or not, like he's the one pulling the trigger. So if he feels confident in it, like then I'm going to let it ride like 53 weeks later, like with the Packers like at 9-3, like making their making the making a return like to the Ford Field like for the first time since like that Thanksgiving that Thanksgiving game like to face the first place Lions. Yeah, which they're 11-1 on Thursday Night Football, and yeah, at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Like Love has not given LaFleur Le LaFleur reason to think like differently and yeah, and LaFleur added like, oh my gosh, like he's the best. Like I think he's really coachable. Like the coach said, like onto about what's his name said about like the quarterback Jordan Love in the Green Bay Packers. LaFleur's in trust Love was 3.5 years in the making. Like the first three in which Love worked as Aaron Rodgers' backup, after being the no and being the number 26 pick of the 2020 draft. In meetings, Love listened as intently like as any backup LaFleur was, I mean, has been around, even if it would not be until Love's fourth NFL season, that he got the chance to put his learning to work, save for one start in 2021 when Rogers came down with COVID, and had to miss a game at Kansas City, which is the game when they played against the Chiefs. As Lafleur has said many times since he aired he erred yeah in that 13-7 loss to the Chiefs by trying to use the same game plan uh, they had devised for Rodgers. The Chiefs countered the blizzering the shoulder pads off Love. Love completed 6 of 17 pass attempts for 30 yards when the Chiefs blitz yeah, which they did on nearly half of Love's 35 dropbacks like 2 years later when Love got another crack at the Chiefs the week following that 2023 Thanksgiving game, like against the lot. Thanksgiving game against the Lions, he shredded Kansas City's blitzes. He completed 10 out of 13 passes, for 3 touchdowns. Like when faced with five or more pass rushers in the 27-19 win over the eventual Super Bowl champs. It says right here, since becoming the full-time starter